Education is the best investment parents can make in their children. Do you agree with the statement? Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Let me introduce myself first. My name is Rizky Kobella from PBIB class. I am a student of English Education Study Programs in UIN Raden Fatah Palembang. On these occasions, I will present a research article. Without further ado, the title of this article is Looking at the Link Between Parents' Educational Backgrounds and Student English Achievements. The authors of these articles are Leni Marzulina, Novalingga Pitaloka, Harizal, Muhammad Hollandia, Dian Erlina, and Indah Tri Lestari. This article in Journal Indonesian Research Journal in Education. Edition, Volume 2, Number 1, May 2018, page 51 till 60. And this is the link of research articles. Here are some things that I will explain. The first is introduction, literature review, methods of research, finding, and the last is conclusion. Okay, the first one is introduction. The more educated of society is, the more civilized and disciplined it will be. Education is also a primary need in this area of globalization. Education provides insight, shape of personality, instill moral values, increase knowledge, and provide skills for people who will live in highly competitive society. And family is one of important factors in supporting children's education. Parents' educational backgrounds and economic backgrounds also have a significant influence on children's education. The data show that English proficiency in Indonesia is still lower compared to other countries. However, learning English is not an easy process. There are some problems or difficulties in learning English. In their research, Abrar et al. 2018 and Mukminin et al. 2015 found that problems in English learning such as teachers' competencies, lack of student basic English background, student lack of confidence, inappropriate curriculums, not motivate, not encourage, and acquire learning strategies, not practicing speaking English with native English speakers, and classroom environment. But the finding of the previous studies on the link between parents' educational backgrounds and student English achievement are still mixed. The next is literature review. Parents' educational backgrounds refers to parents' highest educational. That means the highest level of education attained by parents. International Standards Classifications of Education, or ISCED, from UNESCO has brought 9 levels of education, such as early childhood education, primary education, upper secondary education, post-secondary non-tertiary education, short cycle tertiary education, bachelor's of equivalence levels, master or equivalence levels, and doctoral or equivalence levels. So, parents with higher levels of education are also more likely to believe strongly in their abilities to help their children learn. Additionally, family characteristics such as parental income, education, and family size seems to be connected to student achievement. Well, being well-educated parents give benefits for their children. For example, the first one, educated parents can provide their children with guidance to get good information at home. Second, is founded education parents has more attention to the facilities used by their children related to their study, especially in learning English. The third one is students from good socio-economical and high parental educational backgrounds have good chance for getting admissions in good professional course. Okay, next we have research problems. The problems is influence between parents' educational backgrounds and student English achievement. Two research questions guided this study. The first one is there any link between parents' educational backgrounds and student English achievement? And the second one is does parent educational background influence student English achievement? Next with research objective. Objective of this study is to find out whether parents' educational backgrounds is significantly correlates with students' English achievement. Methods of the research is, in this study, authors use a correlations approach to find out the link between parents' educational backgrounds and student English achievements. The first produce was authors identify the parents' educational backgrounds by using educational backgrounds questionnaire, and the second produce was the authors gave the student task of TOEFL test. The next step was authors analyzed the link between two variables through SPSS based on the results of the educational backgrounds questionnaires and TOEFL test. Data collections. 180 senior high school students were involved in this study. Data were collected through a parents' educational background questionnaires and an English test. To obtain the information about parents' educational backgrounds, the authors used the questionnaire from UNESCO, which was adapted by Apriana 2015. The questionnaires consist of parents' educational backgrounds which was related to the parents' highest education. We have data analysis. This article used correlations and equations analysis technique. The linearity test used the Kolmogorov-Smirnov sample on SPSS. After obtaining the result of this educational background, questionnaires and the TOEFL test, this article used the person-product moment correlation coefficients to determine whether there is correlations between variables. Next, the authors conducted regression analysis to find out whether parents' educational backgrounds affect student English achievement. This article identifies the influence of the variables by using the R-square results. The score of parents' educational backgrounds as the independent variables and student English achievement as dependent variables were calculated with SPSS. So, we got the findings. The findings of this article are divided into three explanations. The first one is the parents' educational backgrounds and student English achievement. The mean score of parents' educational backgrounds for the participant was 505 and the standard deviation of 1,588. This mean score indicates that the levels of parents' educational backgrounds of participants is short-cycle tertiary education or diploma. The descriptive statistical analysis of English achievement for the participant indicate that the maximum score was 7.9 and the minimum score was 10. The mean score of English achievement for the participants was 47.02 and the standard deviation was 17.739. This mean score indicates that the levels of student English achievements of participants is very poor. Second is the result of normality and the linearity test. The result of normality test indicate that the data from each variable were all normal and appropriate for data analysis with coefficients 294 parents, education background, and 605 for English achievements. For linearity test, deviations of linearity was obtained. The last one is correlations between parents' educational background and student English achievements. Based on the person-product moment correlations coefficient, the result indicates that the patterns of correlations between parents' educational backgrounds and student English achievements was positive. This means that the parents' educational background has a relationship to student English achievement. The levels of correlations between parents' educational background and student English achievements was fair. Parents with a higher levels of educational can stimulate their children in a good learning environment. Okay, the last one we have conclusions. In conclusions, the higher parents' education, the more capable they are of continuing their educations and helping their children excel in schools. Parents with little or no education may find it very difficult to understand or help their children in the field of education. Parents who have higher education and a good economy will help learn English by doing many things, such as providing facilities for their children or paying private teachers. Apart from the contributions of parents' educational backgrounds, there are other factors that can contribute to students' English achievements, such as school, teachers, friends, and the environment. Okay, from my explanations, I can emphasize that children's education is the responsibility of their parents, especially English language education, which is very useful in the current area of globalization. Okay, thank you very much for your attention. See you on the next video. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.